lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. Their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their second-year quarterback. It was the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner, as most of you know, and that's Baker Mayfield.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. A look at the numbers from a week ago for Reed. 5 catches, 68 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. They'll have a tough time.
This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Mayfield now. It's complete to Drake. Give him 2 yards on that play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. They run with Breida. It was Eric Reed in on the stop. Here's the offensive unit. Max's parents liked him so much they put an extra X on the end.
And they could do that because they saw something before the rest of us. They saw the potential of Max Williams, and it's coming to realization now in the NFL. A really good tight end with a little bit of speed.
On 2nd down now. It's Mack. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. A look now at our starting defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Wilson now from the gun on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the gun, it's Drake. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Mayfield. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off.
We got this.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Breida, he'll try the right side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Matt Breida with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. First down, Mayfield. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 18 yards, first down, Niners.
Let's go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. Throwing, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Montez Sweat came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw, Mayfield looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it, because you're running away from people on it.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Mayfield, he's going to let this one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a
rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Now Mayfield lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Check, 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 check.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. He'll hit Jackson. Complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for the Saints.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. Touchdown, New Orleans! Matt Breida with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. To throw again on second down, Mayfield.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a draw play with Drake. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 35 on second down, Mayfield gets past him at the 10. And this one complete to Reed. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Got a man open. It's Ross. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Heading back out, Baker Mayfield, as we call up our player spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Mayfield to throw it. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Geno Atkins, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. He's toppled the century mark already, receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
And it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Breida. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Zuerlein connects on the extra point.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now it's Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Mayfield now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. It's Clinton Dunbar with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. Oh, now Breida loses it. And this is going to be 49er football. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on it.
Ball, baby, that's our ball. That's our ball, yeah.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs,
oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield looks to throw. Caught on the right side, Reed. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now Wilson buying time to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Going deep downfield for it's caught at the 10. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. And even 40 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson throwing again. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. To throw again is Wilson. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now. Wilson will throw again. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 23. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. This is Henry. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mayfield now. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They go right back to Mack. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Wilson. This is caught by Jackson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wilson. It's caught by Jackson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. Wilson now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Here's Marlon Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now Mayfield. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Goes underneath for Henry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On second down, it's Drake. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Niners on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing, Mayfield. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone. Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability. Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. So following the hold, there's a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run with Mack. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. 4th down, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. One last shot from Mayfield here. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't